So excited to be hanging out with Matt Ramsey from Old Dominion. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a minute since we've gotten to see you. Last time I saw you was Toronto, I think,
Toronto.
like right at the beginning of the Old Dominion Nomad Vibes tour. What has it been like since, after obviously taking a little bit of a break to heal and then get back out to play shows and a lot of new music?
It has been this tour has grown into something so much cooler than I ever, envisioned it to be. And it honestly has taught us a lot about who we are as a band and who our fans are and what that relationship is. And it makes me very excited to kind of kick into the fall leg and see where it goes from there.
And I remember when you guys started teasing Memory Lane on social media, and I begged you guys to make it a single because I loved it so much. But did you have any idea? Because you never know with songs, are people going to connect with it? But did you have kind of a good feeling that this song would end up being maybe what it is today?
I'm so far beyond knowing anymore. It's it's,
Yeah.
it's like we just overthink it into the ground. And to be honest, like within the band, there's always a fair amount of discussion around the single choices, and everybody's always got their favorite. And we were not necessarily unified in this one.
Really?
It's not that anybody didn't like the song. I think it was everyone's favorite song. It comes to the choice of, is it your favorite, or do you think it's the best one for the single,
Right.
and get in your head with it. And so some of us were over here, some of us were over there, and we finally all said, okay, let's give it a shot on this one. And luckily we were right.
Yes, you were. Absolutely. Well, it's one of my favorites. And I feel like all the songs that you guys have released with this package of music, like for me as an Old Dominion fan, it feels like you guys have kind of handpicked vibes that have worked in the past for you and put every single one of those in this project.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, we're definitely enjoying ourselves right now as writers and as a band. And I think we've kind of like let go of trying to figure too much out. We're just making music now, and it's all gravy here. So I think that's when our true, like, authentic self is coming out.
It's cool that you guys are in that part of your careers as a band because, like you said, you guys are incredible songwriters and probably writing incredible songs that you're wanting to put out every single day that tops like the one that you've just recorded, which I don't know how you guys choose that. But what made you go, okay, even though we all, love songwriting so much and take pride in writing our own songs, to go and record a song like Some Horses, even though you hadn't written it?
Yeah, well, that's funny because we moved here to be songwriters, and we fell in with a group of songwriters who none of us had anything going on. It was me and Trevor and Shane McAnally and Josh Osborne and Matt Jenkins and Brandy Clark, and we were all broke songwriters, and we would play these songwriter rounds together for years. And that song was one that Shane McAnally and Matt Jenkins had written, and Matt would play it all the time, and it just blew us away. And we were always such big fans of that song and of them as writers and of each other, that they are in the fabric of this band. And so, yes, we cut an outside song, but it doesn't really feel like it. Nobody pitched it to us. No one said, hey guys, even Shane's a writer on it. He didn't know that I was going to come in the studio that day and say, listen to this for a second. And I started playing the song, and he just looked at me and said, what are you doing right now? And I was like, I think we need to record this song. And it just spoke to us and seemed like the right thing.
It's so good. Is it one of my favorite songs that you guys have put out? It's such a good one. Um, I have to ask you because I have it on video. Last time we spoke in person, you guys were talking about a ski trip that you took and how you weren't allowed to go on the slopes because of how accident prone you are. And then I read a headline that you went out and got hurt. And I'm like, what the heck? We all knew you were accident prone. You should not have been allowed. You just got to stay in a bubble. So I want to
Oh,
make sure that
gosh.
you're staying safe.
No, it just happened. Like something like skiing seems far more dangerous to me than what I was doing, because I didn't grow up skiing. So I don't really know what I'm doing up there, but
Yeah.
riding around in a, like a UTV off-road thing, I grew up doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
So didn't seem that dangerous, but it got me.
It got you. Well, it's funny. Steven bought a UTV, like a 6-seater one, a couple of weeks after that happened to you. And he was driving around the farm. And I was like, you better buckle up
Yeah.
and snap those sides in.
I buckled. I had a helmet. I had it all in, but no donuts. Tell him not to do any donuts.
No donuts. Absolutely not. What has that recovery been like for you as far as, getting back out on stage? Is it still taking you a while to feel 100% up there?
I mean, I can mostly do my normal thing now. I'm sore after though, for sure.
Yeah.
So it took a minute though.
I hate that for you. It's not fun, but you guys are all in shape, so you should be good. You'll bounce back fast. What does working on new music look like for you guys right now? Do you already have, I'm sure you do, but do you already have the next batch of songs set out, or are you guys in the process of writing it right now?
No, we just turned it all in on Friday, so it's done.
Okay.
So it's coming soon.
What does that feel like? Do you feel like, okay, now I can take a break from writing, or does it make you want to get in the studio and just kind of start up again?
I haven't written much in the past few weeks, and it's kind of like I'm starting to get the itch a little bit. So we'll be writing again soon, but who knows when any of that will see the light of day. But having this music done, it feels so good and feels, for lack of a better word, it feels very next level for us. I feel like we've kind of broken a ceiling a little bit for ourselves. So we're excited to get it out there.
I Should Have Married You has become mine and my son's like dance party song in the house. And Steven's like, is there somebody you're singing about that you should have married in a past life? Or are we like, should I be worried about this? Did that come from personal inspiration? Did someone go through that? Or is that just an idea concept you guys came up with?
Really just, like really about, I had this like idea called I Would Have Married You. And, and for some reason it just wasn't hitting in the room. Like, it was kind of a darker song that was more like, and again, it wasn't from my like personal experience. It was more like this idea. And honestly, when I had the first idea, I thought about it being like a girl song about like, you would have made me look like a fool if I would have married you. Okay. And so we were kind of like talking about it. And then someone said, what if it was I should have married you? And we all went like, ooh, that feels a little risky. We should explore what that is. Yeah. And kind of the same like break up with him kind of like vibe of like, it's a little bit, risky to talk about. It might ruffle some feathers. So we kind of like to do that.
Yeah, which I love. Okay, last thing before we go, since you guys did spend a lot of time in Canada earlier this year, and I know you guys had a few days off in between, did you have a favorite spot or kind of memory from the Canadian leg of the Nomad Vibes tour?
I'd never been really to Vancouver. I had a really good time in Vancouver. It was beautiful and it was snowing like crazy there, which doesn't happen. Rare. Yeah, so it was really nice to just walk around, and I'm a big fan of like Seattle and the Pacific Northwest. So seeing that in the Canadian aspect was very cool for me.
Well, we hope you guys plan the next leg of the Old Dominion tour and get back to Canada as soon as you can, because that was an incredible show.
It was so much fun. We'll be back up there, no problem.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you so much, Matthew Ramsey of Old Dominion on Pure Country. Go listen to all of the incredible songs we just talked about, including Memory Lane.